among the first to check out new card making releases, then you need to see the latest kit clubs from Waffle Flower. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel, and in today's video I'll be sharing the latest sneak peek kit club from Waffle Flower. You may be wondering, what is a sneak peek kit club? Well, Waffle Flower has a kit club where if you subscribe, you get some items from the next month's release before everyone else. So let's take a look at what came in this month's sneak peek kit club. First of all, I love how the sneak peek kit clubs come inside this rainbow storage bag with a Ziploc. And up front, there's a little envelope to hold this card. It's got the kit contents as well as some card ideas and some things you can scan for how-to videos in the Facebook group. So first up are the black foam strips. It's a sample sheet. Next, we have the paw print stencil duo. So 2 stencils to create a 3-dimensional looking paw print. There's the oversized friend print die, which has both the shadow and the letters. I love that these letters are all attached and it's a nice big word. This is the best friend die. It's a bunch of different dog dies and all their silhouettes. There's some bonus sentiments and there's the sub-sentiment friend and family set, which will be great with those black foam strips. So that's everything that comes in the sneak peek kit this month, and these are all items from the March release. Now let's use those new supplies to make some cards. For this first card, I'm going to start with the Paw Print Stencil Duo. And the great thing about Waffle Flower stencils is they indicate which stencil goes first. They also indicate lines where you can tell where the A2 cardstock needs to be. And that allows you to tape it to the back of the stencil, and then you can tape the front of the stencil to your work surface. I'm using Distress Oxide Lost Shadow, the new light gray color, and I'm using a Waffle Flower blending brush. I'm using a large blender brush this time because I'm covering the entire stencil with one color of ink. So I'm just going to apply that ink in a circular fashion over the stencil, and you can already see those cute little paw prints starting to show up. And they absolutely look adorable on that white cardstock. So now I'm going to use the second stencil, line it up just the same way. There are lines on this stencil as well. And this time I'm using weathered wood. And again, I am using that same blender brush. Since I went from a lighter color to a darker color, that is fine. You can also wipe off ink on a dry towel. And you can see already that these little paw prints are super cute because they are dimensional with the two-toned effect. So I love the way they come out. Now I'm going to cut some dark cardstock, and it's a gray, but it's a very warm gray, a brownish gray. And I'm going to use some tape runner to apply it to the bottom of the A2 stenciled panel. Then I'm going to use some of that foam that is a nice thin strip of black foam to pop up one of the best friend die dogs. So I've also cut out from that same color of cardstock 2 of the dogs, and then I have one of the sentiments from the sub-sentiment friend and family that just says love you, and I'm going to pop that up on a thin black foam strip as well. Last but not least, I'm going to add that other dog facing the larger dog that's sitting, and that's the other nice thing about that die set. There's many different breeds of dogs and they're facing all different directions. Next, I'm going to cut out the oversized friend die from the JJ's Rainbows pattern paper pad, and I'm going to put some tape runner on the back. I'm not using the shadow this time, but all the letters are connected, which makes it really easy to apply to cards. I also have the little dot for the eye, and it's cut out of that same pattern paper at the same time, so I just applied that right on top. This is such a fun, different little card, and I had so much fun creating it. I decided to try the stencil with the paw prints on some black cardstock, and when you're working with Distress Oxide ink, you can absolutely use it on dark colors of cardstock because it has the properties of both dye and pigment ink. It does sit above the cardstock a bit, so it doesn't just soak into the cardstock, so you'll still be able to see the lighter gray on that black cardstock. And the nice thing is, because it has the dye ink properties, it won't take forever and a day to dry. So look at how cute those look on that black cardstock. That's the Lost Shadow ink on the black cardstock. So I decided to try the same exact color combination with the weathered wood as my second color, and I finished all that up, and when I took it off, it was really hard to see on the black, that weathered wood. So I thought what I would do is try something a little bit lighter. So I went with antique linen, and I am applying that with a domed foam blender. Same thing, I'm going to use one color across the entire stencil, and if I got a little bit of gray ink on that antique linen, you can just take a microfiber clean cloth and wipe it away. But look at that, that looks much better. You can actually see the two-toned effect and it looks dimensional. Now I'm going to cut one of those bonus sentiments that says your, and then there's another one that says possum. So I thought this was a great one to go with that stencil, and it's just a really sweet little sentiment. So now I'm going to cut a strip of that black cardstock with the paw prints on it, and I'm going to adhere it down to an A2 piece of white cardstock. So it's right in the center of my A2 panel. As you can see, I cut out the best friend dies out of a bunch of different colors of cardstock, because what is cuter than a rainbow of dogs, right? So these I am just popping up with some white foam tape. I didn't want to use the black strips behind these guys because they're really light colors. And you can see I have 6 different breeds here, and they're all sitting and standing in different directions and ways. And I'm going to pop up the sentiments as well. I'm going to put the Your Possum right on the paw print stenciled strip. One of the things that I love about Waffle Flower is how innovative and creative their designs are, and this sneak peek kit has a bunch of that in it. Don't forget to come back on March 5th, because I'll have a video with these and other items from Waffle Flower's March release. If you want a better idea of what other supplies might come inside these sneak peek kits, be sure to check out the video I filmed last month. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. Yes, okay. Next month's release. No. It's better, it's fine. We're losing late here, it's 4 o'clock. Okay, chop chop.